Hey everyone, welcome back to the Fitness Beast YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be discussing specifically about insulin, its relation to weight loss, weight gain, muscle growth, and well, just basic bodily functionality and how, for the sake of this video, it functions in order to, propagate all those different things I just mentioned. Now, right off the bat, insulin is one of the most important hormones in the body. First off, it's the one hormone that's actually responsible for all your cells being activated in order to receive everything you've eaten. So it turns your cells on to receive all the nutrients that you're feeding them. Secondly, it's also the one hormone that actually transports all your sugar, transforms it into fuel to feed your cells, which, in and of itself is extremely important. So without insulin, not only are you diabetic, but you're actually not feeding your body anything to function, which comes to something else. Kids, that'll get into a little bit later if you're too low or too high as a diabetic. Anyway, the third thing it does is that it's the one hormone that's responsible for transmitting protein from your food to your muscles. So it's responsible for muscle growth, strengthening, endurance, all that kind of stuff. If you want to get more in shape, if you want to build muscle, if you want to get more toned, all this kind of stuff, you need insulin or else none of that'll happen. And lastly, if not the most important thing, at least for me it was, having been 315 pounds, is that it is the sole hormone responsible for converting any excess sugar you might have eaten into long-term energy storage, fat effectively. So to continue along that thought process for a sec, we don't know, as far as I'm concerned, the specific amount of grams per sugar, regardless of whether you're counting your macros or not, that each individual cell requires in order to function. Because of that, with all the added sugar and all the processing that we've done with our food these days, it's very difficult to determine the amount of sugar, macros, all this kind of stuff that each individual cell needs in order to function on its own and not gain weight and all the kind of negative effects with that. I mean, yes, we have ideas, but specifically per person I'm talking about. Now, when it comes to determining how to maintain your blood sugar level, because whether your insulin is spiking or dropping, both have negative effects on the body. Now, maintaining your blood sugar in order to avoid those spikes is extremely important in order to perform optimally. Now, as I had mentioned, we eat very differently than we used to. We have a lot more added sugar, a lot more processed foods, which means that our bodies don't need to work out as much while digesting in order to get the nutrients from the food. So we're effectively giving straight up Noctane fuel to our bodies, and our bodies have to do nothing to break it down in order to receive it. It just gets sucked in right into our bodies right away. Diabetics notwithstanding, because you need to inject insulin, but for regular people. Now, along with that, if you don't maintain a stable blood sugar and you have those ups and downs, whenever your blood sugar spikes, and your body in response releases a bunch of insulin to counteract that, once all that sugar is gone and you have that excess insulin in your body still doing its thing, you will start crashing, regardless again of being diabetic or not. In that crashing state, you start getting hungry. It's like it's another trigger that insulin does, that it will make you hungry. So not only is sugar an addictive substance, and in and of itself spikes your blood sugar, but you will start craving more sugar afterwards because of the rapid influx of that you've just eaten. And that is not healthy at all, nor is it really sustainable if you want to lose weight or gain muscle, because it puts your body into a state of panic. When your blood sugar is too high or too low, again, regardless of being diabetic 1 or 2, you go into a state of preservation. That state of preservation is your body panicking. It's a fight or flight response, so to speak. When you're in that mode, your body doesn't do anything. It doesn't lose weight, it doesn't gain weight, it doesn't gain muscle. It just stays as it is because it's in a panic mode. It doesn't know if it's going to technically survive very soon. Now, it might seem a little bit exaggerated on this, but again, I'm going to put papers, links to the bottom of how insulin functions and everything that for you to peruse if you want. They're very scientific and very interesting, but that's why it's so important to maintain your blood sugar regardless of being diabetic or otherwise. And if you look at diabetic statistics nowadays, 85% of type 2 diabetics tend to be obese or overweight, and roughly 50% of type 1, so my kind, tend to be obese or overweight again. That's an extremely high percentage of people that are walking around, and I hate to put it bluntly, but walking around just fat. And specifically, it has to do with food. So yes, while working out is extremely important, it's extremely important to be active and everything like that, your blood sugar is probably one of the most important things to keep in mind when you are trying to lose weight, gain muscle, anything like that. And the only way to really understand how your body functions in relation to the food you're eating is to watch what you're eating. For me, for example, I calculate everything. You don't have to be as anal as me, but I'm good with numbers in the sense that I like seeing the numbers. I like seeing the calories I need to eat. I like seeing my carbohydrates. I like, seeing the protein I'm taking. And regardless of what type of diet you are, vegan, strictly carnivore, omnivore, vegetarian, it doesn't matter. You can balance your nutrients, protein, carbohydrates, all this in such a way that you will find your optimal diet to eat for your body. Now, it's not up to me to tell you what to eat. It's not up to me to tell you how to eat. I'm just giving you advice as to how it functions in your body and how it functions in mine. Like I said, I used to be 315. I'm not anymore. I'm still on my way to getting better, but it's the most important thing I ever had to realize in order to take control of my weight. Again, if you like this video, you like the information I'm giving you, please come on, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. Again, I'm going to be giving you information every week, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Thanks a lot. Bye, guys.